everyone, welcome to my channel. If it is your first time here, be a darling and subscribe to this channel. On this channel, we'll be talking about the untold stories of motherhood, how to balance mom life, work life, how to be a mom, being a mom and being a wife, and juggling your workspace. We'll also talk about how to handle grief while pregnant and so much more. Without further ado, I would like to introduce you to a very good friend of mine. She is a mom, an entrepreneur, and we've known ourselves for a very, very long time. Please welcome Jane Usifoh to the show. Hi. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Okay. So let's get straight into it. So, Jane, who were you before you got married?
Okay, as a single lady, I was already into the fashion industry. I was already into business because I've been making clothes for like 15 years. And yeah, it's a very long time. And I've grown around machines, grown around fabrics. So I was playing around with fabrics. I was making one or two things for myself and for my friends until I decided to take it a step further and make it a business. So I went ahead and recorded and registered my name.
Okay, so let's go deep into the question. The loss of your first pregnancy.
Okay.
How did you, when you found out, how the whole process went, the loss of the pregnancy, how did you handle it and how did you come out of it?
Well, okay, now when I got married, when you first get married, the next thing is, are you pregnant?
Church members are on your matter, asking if you're pregnant.
So I and my husband decided to wait a little while, for like a year before we would have a child, because we decided to get to know ourselves better.
Yeah, need to bond.
We decided to bond, so we can
Very
understand
important.
ourselves exactly before a child comes in. So when I was pregnant, I didn't even know.
Wow.
Because I was feeling I was normal. When I went, my period normal, it came, but it was like just a day and it disappeared. I'm like, this is not normal.
That's normal.
Something is wrong with me. And I decided to go to the hospital, to check, just for me to do a test. When I told them what happened, they did a test and told me I was pregnant. Immediately, I knew I was pregnant. I felt sick. I felt sick.
It happened to me
and
too.
I had malaria. I felt sick. It seems all the malaria of how many months, the times I've not taken medication and all that, everything just came at once, and I was down. So I had malaria plus. I went to a hospital. I was admitted because it was serious. I was pregnant and I had malaria, so my case had to be handled specially. Because they cannot just give me malaria medication and tell me to go home. It's kind of dangerous. So I was admitted, but it seems the doctor told me it was 50-50 though. But I was hoping and praying that my baby stays. And while I was taking the medication and everything, I got better. I went home. The mistake was they didn't even tell me. They didn't even tell me to come back maybe after a week to check on me or anything. Me, it was my first experience. What do I know? I know nothing. I went home. I was okay. My tummy I wasn't feeling sick anymore. No morning sickness, no nothing. I was like, wow, this is a good pregnancy. I'm balling, nothing. I'm not feeling anything, and I'm just okay. I clocked 3 months. I went to register for antenatal. Only for me to do my first scan. They told me that my baby, there's no heartbeat, and I'm like,
no heartbeat?
Yeah, there was no heartbeat. There was no heartbeat, and I'm like, no, this can't be right.
It's not happening.
I went to another.
So can you explain the feeling you were having? Like
nothing.
You're not feeling it.
I wasn't feeling anything.
No, like your emotions. What was running through your mind at that time?
I didn't believe it. I didn't believe the first scan. I was like, no. I told my husband. He was with me. I told him, no, we have to go to another hospital and do a scan. I was scared. I was praying. I was like, oh, please, let it not be what I'm thinking. Because I've never experienced something like that. So we went to another to another hospital. We did another scan. The same result. There was no heartbeat.
Wow.
Oh, I cried. I cried out my eyes. My husband was there telling me I should not worry, that there's always we're going to make another baby. And I felt so bad. I was angry, I was hurt, I had a lot of emotions, and I was heartbroken because I felt, oh, I've lost my child, and I was really angry at the nurses because they actually neglected me. I would say that because they didn't even call me back. Someone that had malaria, serious malaria, you can't even do a checkup or anything, or ask me to come back to the hospital.
First time,
it's my
so
first
you don't
experience.
know.
I really did not know anything about it. We're new to it.
Yes.
So we left the hospital. We went for an evacuation, and man, I think what I'll say is, if you have your first pregnancy, please just go to a good hospital. Ask questions from already experienced mothers. Ask a lot of questions. The kind of hospital they went to, how the doctors treated them, how the nurses treated them. Because even for the evacuation was another hassle, because it took me 2 weeks in that hospital for an evacuation that takes less than 10 minutes.
Exactly.
2 weeks. They were asking me to come back. They were inserting what's this medication for contraction.
Wow.
Yes. I'll go home, I'll bleed out in the night with so much pain. They would ask me to come back to the man. I went through a lot in those 2 weeks in that hospital. I went back. They will put in another pill
to give you contractions.
Yes,
mind you, she's not details. That's injection or whatever they are giving you. You are in so much pain.
Yes, something that took me 2 weeks. I did it in 10 minutes. I just went to another hospital. They booked me in, and everything was done. Everything was cleared, and I went back home.
Thank God. Thank God.
It was not a good experience, but it's one of those things.
Wow. So let's talk about, now you got over that experience and your healing process, and now you got pregnant again.
Yeah.
So how did you handle it? Did you there's something that Nigerians do, and I understand it and I don't understand it. When someone is pregnant, they go hush hush. They don't tell anybody. Then all of a sudden you see them with a baby. And they're like, oh, I thought we're friends. I thought we're best friends. I thought we're family members. What's going on here? You didn't tell me you were pregnant, and then you just put a baby bomb. To God be the glory, and you're holding your baby. But anyway, everybody and their personal experience or experiences. Why? Okay, let's just go straight on to your second pregnancy. What happened? How did it go?
Okay. Well, my second pregnancy was good. I would say it was a smooth ride. When I knew I was pregnant, I had a little bit of a mixed feeling because of the first one. So I was trying to be extra careful. I didn't want, I was watching out for malaria. Please don't come again.
Don't come again.
Please don't do that again. Wow. So I was, okay, the first trimester, everything was okay.
There was no vomiting, you weren't sick.
I was
lucky you. Oh my God.
I wasn't sick.
Lucky you.
I wasn't doing anything. I was only sleeping, which is normal.
Which is normal.
I was sleeping a lot. And I started losing taste of some kind of things. Some things started tasting. I didn't like. There were some things I didn't like again in first trimester. Then second trimester, it was just good.
No,
My tummy was just
good.
my tummy was just growing.
Yeah,
I was normal. I didn't have any craving.
Wow.
Funny enough.
Your husband did not go through stress.
I didn't have any cravings. I didn't eat everything, but there was nothing in particular that I really wanted. I said no. In the middle of the night, that some women do. Mama, I want this one.
With Togo.
Or I want to go and smell this.
I was on that matter.
Or it's burnt rice I want to eat.
Or sleeping in the toilet.
Oh no. I didn't have any of that.
Wow.
So it was just my tummy was just growing.
Wow.
It was just growing and just getting heavier and heavier until I actually walked till the last day I went to the hospital. Yeah. What? My workspace is very close to home. It's next to home. So I actually made a wedding dress now in
I remember.
My 8 months, 9 months.
I remember.
After then, 1 month later, I gave birth. Wow. So I was working from my workspace. I just took a very long walk. I was already tired. I was like, oh, this girl, please come out.
Come out.
Please come out. I'm tired because it was heavy.
Yeah. You can see that
again. It was heavy. So I just wanted her to come out. So I took a very long walk and boom, at night, water broke. Oh, and then,
rush.
Everybody hospital and all that. And
okay, so what was life like with a newborn? First off, the whole delivery, the pain. How did you manage? Were you on pain relievers or you just, waited it out? Or
normal when you give birth and
okay, so what was living with a newborn like? What was your life like? How did you manage the pain, breastfeeding, all those things?
Okay, the normal thing first, especially when you give birth through CS, it's painful. The healing process, it's painful. Yeah, it's painful. So breastfeeding, it's that first week. It's painful because you know how they say it helps in the contraction and all that plenty doctors whatever. But I know that I can still remember the pain, But I started bonding with my baby from the first day. I remember when I was in the hospital and she would not want to sleep by herself in her cot. And I'll put her by my bedside. They'll come and tell me, oh, please, they've had experiences of women that sleep on your baby and all that. But immediately I gave birth. There's this mother instinct that kicks in
immediately.
And it did. Till date, I started sleeping light. Once she moves, I'm awake. I never turned because I was aware that there's an infant beside me.
Beside you, yeah.
So I was very cautious because I know that I've given birth, I have a baby now. So I became a light sleeper. I became very cautious of my environment, knowing that I have a baby now. Yeah. I have to be more careful. I have to be very attentive. Once she starts crying, I'm up, trying to attend to her and all that. So it was new, but that's just how God created women. You just have to adjust. You adjust quickly, immediately. You have to adjust, which I did. I did. There was no slowing down, and since then till date, I'm still hyper.
All over the
I'm all over the place. My eyes are all over her. Always checking what's up, what's this, what's that, and all that.
What is she doing? If the place is too quiet,
where is she?
Where is she?
What's she doing and all that. So
wow, that's good to hear. It's good to hear your story, and I hope that this story would encourage somebody and encourage a mom.
Yeah.
Encourage a mom, like I said, make mothers or intending mothers to be aware of their bodies, their pregnancies, because these are the issues that women face every now and then, and society has, or should I say society has made us, okay, suck it up and move on. You lost your child, okay. Because people always say, people that, when I also lost my first pregnancy, people also said, oh, it happens when you get pregnant the first time, it happens, get over it. How can you tell me to get over something like that? You know, I'm not saying that we should dwell there, but I'm saying accept the emotion and rise above it. But you can't just tell me, oh, slam the door to what happened and keep it moving, you know. I hope that a mother learns from this situation. Check the hospital that you are about to register in. Make sure that your mind, everything about you is happy with what you're seeing, not just what my friend said. Oh, I recommend hospital ABC, and you're running to hospital ABC. No, you have to go. Let them give you a tour of the hospital.
Exactly.
Let the nurses speak with you. The front desk person should create an impression, not just because before I gave birth, I went round, I looked at hospitals, and I went to a few. I wasn't impressed. I did not manage. Next, went to the next hospital to check, and I made sure I was comfortable. They gave me a tour where I've had my 2 children. They gave me a tour. They took me into the labor room. This is where you're going to give birth if you register with us. So I think it's something that mothers should take seriously. You know, we are enlightened now. We know better now. Thank God for social media. We see all these things. So we shouldn't take things for granted. Oh, this is how we used to do it. Yes, those things are good, but you need to double check. You need to check.
Yeah.
It's very important. So do you have last words for mothers out there?
Well, I would say, please, it's like my friend has said, it's always good to double check so that you don't regret things that you could have avoided. You know, you don't make mistakes that would be with you for the rest of your life. You know, because losing a life is it's not something anyone wants to experience. So it's always good to be very cautious of your body, very observant of your environment, the hospital you're going to, and also good to have a supportive spouse, because without them,
say it loud, say it loud,
say it loud. Oh man, that's just a support system. You need to have a supportive spouse, you know. So just it's not something. Pregnancy is very beautiful. It's a beautiful experience. I tell you, you know, it was fun for me, and it's just something that I pray every woman should experience, because it's God that has given us that, you know. So I just wish every woman well in their pregnancies and being a mom.
Thank you so very much for joining us on this channel. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you. Bye.